Now in the state of Colorado, there's a growing demand for in-home caretakers. Long-term problems in the industry exacerbated by the COVID-19 pandemic is leading to high rates of turnover and low wages, causing some groups to look at unionizing. News 5's Devin Karp is here in studio with what's behind the movement. Devin.
I spoke to several caretakers, also known as direct service providers, about their concerns. Many love the clients they work with, but working conditions and pay are driving some out of the industry. I spoke with a former caretaker who's trying to create change and a company who works to improve conditions for their employees.
Speaking for myself, I have a sense of security, which I wouldn't have otherwise.
Ellen Marshall is one of many people around Colorado Springs that receive one-on-one help from a caretaker in their home. It's a growing industry as more people with disabilities require assistance and the aging population gets larger and larger, according to the Urban Institute.
Getting the basics met are good, but we want to go above and beyond that.
Caretakers and direct service professionals, or DSPs, help their clients with just about anything they need.
There is no 2 days alike, ever.
They are here helping our clients with medications, food, shopping, activities of daily living.
For a job that can sometimes feel thankless, DSPs we spoke to say there are a lot of problems within the home care industry.
It can be very hard, very difficult. The last 2 years has been extremely rough.
And problems from the pandemic were exacerbated by long-term issues.
Historically, care workers have been women, mostly women of color, making low wages with no benefits and no real labor protections.
There are around 60,000 care workers providing services to the elderly and disabled every day in Colorado. Every year, there's a 60% turnover rate among employees, and more than 80,000 workers will be needed over the next 6 years to cover demand.
20 years I provided care.
Melissa Benjamin says she's just the right type of person to be a caretaker.
I really enjoyed taking care of, the people that I took care of for as long as I did. I just could no longer afford to feed my kids. I could no longer afford to pay the rent.
Low wages, a lack of overtime pay, misclassification as an independent contractor, and burnout drove Benjamin out of the industry.
You're not going to stay working in a place like that.
She started organizing with other care workers to unionize for Colorado Care Workers Unite. They recently advocated for a $15 an hour minimum wage for Medicaid-funded care workers in Colorado that passed last year.
It's not enough!
And now want an employee bill of rights for things like protection from bad bosses, systems to report discrimination or sexual harassment on the job, and guaranteed minimum benefits.
I've represented home care workers and agencies in Colorado Springs. It's a highly regulated industry. Even though the home care industry is highly regulated, it seems as if there's a kind of like an underground type issue here.
Issues the CEO of Cheyenne Village says his company is trying to tackle.
They're undervalued, in terms of pay and other types of things, but we try our hardest to keep up with the market.
A reputation that's catching on.
Some of the things weren't going right at the other agency, and I had heard that Cheyenne Village did things right, and that's true. It's been true.
And hopefully helping to bring more caregivers into the industry to help people like Ellen.
We were able to do a lot of things that people didn't really expect us to do.
Cheyenne Village already has all of those benefits the Colorado Care Workers Unite are asking for in that Employee Bill of Rights. Tomorrow night, the group will be sponsoring a legislative town hall in Colorado Springs with lawmakers to discuss issues facing the industry with other care providers.